Welcome to my video. I am Saloni Arora and today we are going to discuss the meaning of Indian secularism. In order to understand Indian secularism, we will discuss the basic meaning of secularism, the relationship between Indian constitution and secularism in India, dissimilarities between Indian and Western society, and then distinguish Indian secularism from Western secularism on many topics such as history, development of the state, the concept, etc. The term secularism was coined in 1851 by George Jacob Holyoake, who used it to describe a form of opinion which concerns itself only with questions, the issues of which can be tested by the experience of this life. Secularism asserts separation of religion from political, economic, and social spheres of people's lives. It is the direct opposite of theocracy. Theocracy is a government or country that is ruled by someone who has religious authority or divine right, for example, the Vatican City. The relationship between the Indian constitution and secularism is quite complex. The term secular was not originally a part of the preamble, but it was already described under liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Avoiding this term may have been a deliberate step in order to distinguish Indian secularism from Western version of secularism. The secular principles of Indian constitution are also described and reflected by fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. The term secular was added to the preamble in 1976 through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment. In the Bommai case of 1994, the Supreme Court maintained the tangibility of secularism as a basic feature of constitution which cannot be amended by any act. Dissimilarities based on multi-religious nature of Indian society and Christian dominance in Western society were the key reason behind development of Indian version of secularism. Gandhi was not bothered by the American idea of separation of church from state because he felt that in India, religion is too powerful a part of people's identity for it to be separated completely, and the Western concept would not make much sense in the geocultural context. Historically, the Indian version of secularism was practiced by many rulers such as Ashok and Akbar, who tried to bring about social reforms in religions. Meanwhile, the Western idea of secularism came about in 17th century with the concept of enlightenment, which was enshrined in the first constitution of France following the French Revolution. Next comes the temperament of the state. The Indian secular state is neutral towards religion. Meanwhile, the Western secular state is separatist from the religion. Example of Indian secularism would be Dharma Nirpeksha concept of ancient India. The Western secularism is a negative concept that discourages intervention of state in religious matters. On the other hand, Indian secularism is a positive concept that endorses social reform in religions through state interference. For example, laws banning triple talaq, ban on dowry, etc. Western secularism is based on the philosophy that religion is a personal matter which should not affect the public spheres of life. Indian secularism, on the other hand, believes in unity in multiplicity and treats religion as a way of life. For example, Gandhi suggested Sarva Dharma Sambhav to prevent conflicts caused by religious bigotry. Gandhi subscribed to the Vedantic view of unity in multiplicity and believed that God is ethics and morality. It is even the atheism of the atheist. As it is complete divorce of state from religion, Western secularism does not take into account religious sentiments. Public display of religion is often prohibited under Western secularism, which may lead to curtailment of freedom of expression, even as the freedom of speech is the highest ideal in Western. The Indian state, on the other hand, strives to respect religious sentiments of the communities as much as possible. In India, all are free to express and profess their religion and are often accommodated by the state. For example, the Sikh community is provided special provisions in order to practice their religion and wear kirpan and turbans. Under Western secularism, the distinction between religion and politics is clear and set in stone. Public policy is not influenced by religious topics under Western secularism, often leading to neglect of religiously oppressed groups. In India, there is no clear division between religion and political parties. Religious leaders do hold political influence, and public policy is often focused on reform of religions. The Indian Constitution provides same law for all besides certain personal laws related to marriage and inheritance and property. For example, Hindu Marriage and Inheritance Act, etc. In the Western secularism, Uniform Civil Code is used to dispense justice regardless of religion. There are no special laws for different religious communities. Finally, the Indian secular state is distinct from the Western secular states on the fact that it provides aids and taxes the religious institutions in India. For example, government-aided madrasas and Sanskrit schools exist. Western states, on the other hand, are completely indifferent towards religion and do not provide any aids nor do they tax religious institutions. From all this, we can gather that Western secularism focuses on individual rights rather than community rights. It reveres individualism to the point of atomic existence. But such an attitude is not successful in a country such as India, where the society is pluralistic. So here, the secularism aims to preserve the unity and diversity of the nation. At the end, I would like to thank CK ma'am and my viewers for this opportunity.